Okay, so just did a quark ending. Alright, so here comes the password. Also, kinda disappointing how it turns out you get to that password and you can't actually figure it out. You have to have it. It's like, I thought it's like an anagram, you move some stuff around and you'll get the password, but it's just an incoherent mess. I have it right here. Apparently I'm supposed to write it down and remember it, because I don't see it anywhere, but, you know, whatever. Huh.
There's no one here.
Okay, so this is happening after everyone died, and it's basically me and Fee with Killer on the loose somewhere. That computer's been turned on.
Yeah, maybe Dio and Kay did that.
What the hell is this?
A lion.
Yes, biting.
A sun?
Has a couple input fields for a user ID and a password.
We probably can't use it unless we know what those are.
Why don't you put something in?
Sure, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, just as I thought. Might as well forget about this thing for now. We can't get anywhere without a password. Let's see if we can find any other clues. This is the director's office after all. If we turn the place upside down, we're bound to find something. Shall we?
She turned and headed off toward the bookshelf, leaving me alone next to the desk. I felt compelled to stay. I found myself staring at the screen. A lion eating the sun. Lion biting the sun. Lion biting the Memento Mori. Meh. Okay, that's already one E lost. No N. Yeah, it just doesn't add up. You got numbers too, yeah. Maybe it should not be an anagram. Could this be the ninth line? GTF... No, I don't know what it is. Then maybe... Yeah, I already have a password. Anyway, so... Now that I think about it, I'm actually kind of... I don't know how to put it exactly, but... I am sad to continue in this game, because if I get the questions revealed, I'll never... I don't know... I'll stop guessing. It's kind of disappointing, you know? I kind of want to experience the game from the beginning again. Be in the dark, not know anything. Something about it is very, very appealing. Okay, I think that's 0. Yeah, okay, 2 places at the top. Milk. Yeah, volley. So that's apparently a password. Well. Cool. Let's see what I messed up. Okay, GTFD ML 016. And the bottom is milk E volley. Okay, I don't know what I messed up on last time. I'm trying to find anything for me there. Kind of disappointed. I think it's now a cipher. It's like parts of it which look like words, but we'll see. Ah, crap, the password adds up to something else, doesn't it? I'm definitely obtaining a password, but I can't see Sigma's end. Fee, come over here.
What's wrong?
I get in.
What?
I'm in.
How did you figure out the login?
I don't know. I just knew it.
What the hell do you mean you just knew it?
I just knew it means I just knew it. You gave me the same line when I asked you how you knew my name.
Why are you bringing that up? It doesn't have anything to do with this.
Because it's the exact same situation, girl. You sure? It might.
What? I don't...
Look, just forget about that. Come take a look at this.
Sure. Fine. Just let me get right on that. Are you out of your damn mind? Tell me what the hell is going on here? Why do you know how to log into this computer?
Yeah, damn, I thought she was gonna be like, okay, sure, I'll roll with it. I thought she was gonna be like Linda, who's like, I killed Teddy. Okay, I guess I can just homeschool the kids. Are you even listening to me? They continued to yell at one another for several more minutes. Like an old married couple. But no matter what Fee asked me, I could never come up with an answer that satisfied her. Eventually, she seemed to give up.
Fine. You still don't make any sense, but I don't think you're lying.
Damn right I'm not.
And the AB game deadline isn't getting any further away. Alright. Let's see what this thing has for us. Where are we supposed to start?
God damn it, I keep looking at the password and thinking maybe it gets some clue to what it means.
Looks like there's tons of stuff in here.
Keep thinking and guessing. Just want to know everything.
Oh, can you tell me the ID that you put in? I can try searching for that. Maybe we'll get a hit.
I gave her what she'd asked for. GTF DML 016. Her search returned several files, and after examining them for a moment, Fee opened one. Golem unit details. Was product specifications for Golem?
Looks like it.
K is a robot, and this is his memory. So was GTF DML 016 a Golem's ID?
Don't ask me. You seem to know more about all this than I do. Fine, whatever. Just read the file. Maybe it'll make more sense. Let's see here.
Oh my god. Is that why she looks so much like Luna? I noticed it from the beginning, but I never wanted to make the connection. Oh my god, damn. Luna.
Yeah.
Why is there a picture of Luna in this file?
There's something written underneath it. It says, appearance after application of ABT.
ABT. ABT.
There's this special artificial biological tissue what's called ABT. When a golem's all new and shiny, they've got a nice suit of ABT over that metal skeleton. Makes us look right human, it does. Even feels like real skin, with pores, a little bit of hair, and a few pimples, scars and the like. Truth to tell, I doubt you'd be able to tell the real from the fake, even if it was right in front of you. See, right in the middle.
I see. Luna was a golem. And DML016 was her product ID.
That must have been what Golem was trying to tell us when he was stopped. But why? Why would Luna be in the game?
I don't know how autonomous she really is, but I find it hard to believe she would have come here of her own free will.
So you're saying she was sent here by Zero Senior?
Probably. Look. At the bottom of the screen it shows her current status.
Currently operational. Executing special mission? You think her special mission is to participate in the game?
Probably.
So why did Zero Senior want to rob as a participant? You think maybe it was to supervise the rest of us? Maybe if something unexpected happens, she was supposed to correct it or something.
What if it was some kind of Voight-Kampff test?
Okay, elaborate on that. And what?
It's from an old book. A test to see how human she was. Whether or not 8 people would be able to figure out she was a robot.
I always found her suspicious. Like from a get-go, she was... Something about her just didn't sit right, but... I didn't think of this exactly.
That might almost explain the whole game, actually.
How? Hold up, now I'm gonna think about this for a moment. Well, if she's a robot, nobody really cares what happens to her, so... It's a test to try how human she can look and act. And if betraying her actually feels like a betrayal to people who... I don't know.
Making us solve puzzles and play the AB game. All of those things could have been designed to give us a chance to see her true nature.
So it's kind of like a Chinese room.
Yeah. Luna is the girl locked in the room, and the 8 of us are the people outside it. Well, like I always say...
It's just a possibility, right?
All what matters is if the person next to you does what a human ought. Looks like a person, acts like a person, and talks like a person, then it's probably a person.
When did you figure it out? She was a golem, I mean.
Right now. I didn't know until I saw this stuff.
You're lying. When I told you about what happened in the golem in the pantry, you said something about how this game might be sort of like a Chinese room.
I don't know why I said that. It just felt like it made sense.
Like you just knew it?
Yeah. Look, forget about that. See Luna's status?
Yeah, it says the same thing it did a minute ago. But she's supposed to be dead, isn't she? Currently operational. Executing special mission. Whoa, wait, what the hell? What is
Do
that?
you think robots die?
Well... Yes, but not the same way.
She was only injected with muscle relaxant.
Ten minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
But like everyone is dead, how the rule will trigger the fact that a lot of parties are not gonna vote? Of course, one is the only one, the one who opened the AV
That
gate.
might not be the only thing she did. Look,
What do you mean?
what are the last 3 digits of her product ID?
016?
And where have we seen that before?
What? No. No, I don't believe it. Are you saying that it was Luna who handcuffed Clover and then Miyoji?
We should go check her body. You remember where it is?
The crew quarters? Of course I remember. I feel like I just have more questions. How is this game doing it? Oh my god, this is a freaking masterpiece. You're right.
Yeah.
Why? Why would Luna...
And I trust him.
Five minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Let's go. The game hasn't stopped.
I keep trying to think about where is it going, but goddamn, I can't think of anything.
If we don't vote, we're going to get penalized.
It's like I keep just progressing the story, but then another thing gets revealed, and I'm like, oh my god, now there's new information. I need to adjust. I need to think. Oh, right, off we go then. Like I feel like I need to take a break. I've only been doing this for like half an hour. God damn. I feel like I can figure something out here. Like Vance is just within reach, but I can't quite get there. Wait, that's a new one.
Invalid pair detected. Please retry with valid partner.
What? Oh yeah, forgot about this thing.
Right. Luna's bracelet.
Yeah, but her bracelet was free in this room. I have her bracelet, so she did die. Stepped outside and set Luna's bracelet down and headed back into the A&B room.
2 minutes remain until
Let me
polling
just
closes.
think about this. Ally. Let me guess, she's gonna betray and I'm gonna die. Ally, I'm gonna ally. Alright, I'll go ahead and hit the start button. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead. Wait,
What?
Sigma!
What? Huh? Oh no. Yeah, I thought that would happen. Luna?
1 minute remains until Amberdex game polling closes.
Wait. What the hell's going on? Why is Luna here?
She's probably planning on participating in the game.
You mean she's gonna take her bracelet and go into one of the rooms?
Yeah,
How's she going to vote?
betray. I'm sure of it. Why else would she have come here? If she wanted to vote ally, she could have just waited for the deadline to pass.
She's got 7 BP, right?
Yeah. Why are you asking, though? Her BP doesn't matter right now.
What?
Have you totally lost it? She doesn't have her bracelet on. And besides, she's a golem.
Yeah, but if she gets 9, she can leave.
She isn't trying to get out. Whether she has 9 BP or not doesn't mean anything to her.
Then why is she doing this?
Isn't that obvious? She wants to keep our BP below 9. Say she defaulted to ally. We could choose whatever we wanted, and we'd still get 9 BP. She's here to make sure that doesn't happen.
10 seconds remain until Amberdex game polling closes.
I feel like ally is the right choice.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
And I trust him.
Ally.
2, 1. Round 3 of the Amberdex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Amberdex gates now opening.
Hey, Sigma! Are you insane?
Yes.
Why the hell did you choose ally?
Wait. We can talk about that later. Right now. She's gone. Where'd she go?
That's odd. We came out the moment the gates opened. There's no way she could have left already.
No. There it was. I thought so. She didn't pick it up. Without a bracelet, she couldn't have voted.
Then she let the system vote ally for her?
Results from round 3 of the Amberdex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Okay, guesses is she came to specifically planned out in our minds But if we betray, she kills us both. If we ally, everything goes smooth. Right, results.
Yeah. Let's go have a look.
I didn't know it does that.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Since Luna didn't vote, she gets to set out. She gets set to ally automatically. And the other 6 get penalized. Here are some on the option. If both parties refuse to vote, when everybody gets penalized, now what's one person out of every color group of 3 has to vote. Then again, 5 of them are already dead. Don't know where Quark is, but his bracelet is already off.
Yeah. That means all those penalties are meaningless.
So those icons mean it's a penalty. But how did you know that?
Why did Luna show up then? I mean, we've got our 9 BP now, but... Alright, what do you want to do, Sigma? Do you want to leave?
What? You kidding, right? Weren't you the one who kept going about how Quark is still alive? I can't just run off and leave him here.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, that's a relief. I was hoping you'd say that.
You were?
Now let's get moving. We need to find Quark.
And Luna too, right?
Luna.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 4 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates.
Wait, this is before even Star Key. Oh, Jesus. And I checked our bracelets out of sheer reflect, whatever. I was a magenta pair, just like before, but he had changed to a red solo. Didn't really matter though. Both of our bracelets showed the number 9. All we had to do was open the number 9 door and we'd never have to play another AB game again.
Alright, Quark comes first. Let's go.
She spun around and headed for the cyan door. I followed on her heels. Yeah, I should probably talk, but I just keep thinking about everything, trying to put it all together. Says it feels like I have all the answers, but I just don't know how they all add up. Where could he be? Where is Luna? What's her objective? Why is she gone now? Why did she appear?
Sigma, there's something I want to ask you.
What is it?
There are 3 doors here. You, Alice, and Luna went through the one on the right. That took you to the Golem Bay, correct?
Yeah. According to the map, that's the door on the bottom. There's a lever on that thing in the middle, right? We pulled it, but it only opened one of the doors. What about it?
Take a look. See the lock?
Yeah, it opened. So what? Open?
Yeah.
Then who the hell opened it? And how?
There's only one person who could have opened it.
Luna.
Alright, let's head in.
Okay. The heck are these things?
I think they're treatment pods of some sort.
Allotment pods? Come on. This is supposed to be a new thing. We already saw them a bunch of times. Even as I spoke, part of me knew what they were. I didn't know how or why, but I felt a strong sense of deja vu when I looked at them and suddenly realized I knew exactly how to operate the pods. It was a strange, unsettling feeling, as if somewhere deep inside was a version of myself that I didn't actually know.
One of them is lit up.
That's Quark. One on the left is being used.
Glass is all fogged up. I can't really see inside.
Let's crack it open then.
Yeah.
Quark. So she put Quark in there, right? Is he infected? Why is he not waking up? Where is Luna? Our feet pounded across the floor of the warehouse. I keep going more quiet because I can't continue talking and thinking at the same time.
This is it.
Quark's body bounced in my arms as I ran. His pulse and breathing were normal. He was limp and unconscious, but he was still alive. A pulse display had given us little information on his condition. As far as we could tell, he'd been given an anesthetic which had put him to sleep.
Ready?
I don't think I am.
What's wrong? You're supposed to say, yeah, sure.
I want to talk to Luna. Is it really okay for us to just leave?
What the hell is this? You want to stay here? What if Luna kills you too?
What?
Think about it. Alice, Clover, Tenmyoji, the old woman, even Dio and Kay. There's a good chance Luna killed all of them.
But why?
Why doesn't matter. Remember what we saw on Clover's thigh?
016.
And what's that the same number as?
The last 3 digits of Luna's product ID.
Where did we find the old woman's corpse?
In the AB room what Luna came out of.
And if you're right, her brain is in the central computer core. That means she could have easily moved that crane, right? She could have used it anytime she wanted.
It means any alibi she might have had for not being able to move a crane is worthless.
Exactly. She must have moved the AB room. Alice noticed it right away. At the very least, that would mean Luna had a reason to try and kill Alice.
To keep her quiet.
She could also have murdered Dio and Kay. Remember their star keys? Luna must have taken them, which puts her in the room with Dio and Kay. You understand, don't you? I admit none of this evidence is conclusive, but look at our options. You, me, Quark, and Luna. Who do you think is the most likely to be the murderer? Think this through, Sigma. Luna's a golem. That means she's a robot that's part of this facility, designed to do God knows what. If what you said about golems and the central computer is true, she's basically a puppet of Zero Junior's. There isn't really much of an argument to be made here. The only option is to leave her here and get out.
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics?
Robots may not injure a human being, or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm.
A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic.
Okay. You're right. Let's get out of here.
Damn. Don't scare me like that. Okay, I'm going to open it. You ready?
3 of us are only real humans. Is my thought. Idea. You don't have to ask me. Isn't that what you always say?
Yeah, I guess so. It's time we got out of here. Let's go.
Yeah, I wanna stay. I wanna more answers. With a heavy labored groan, the number 9 door began to open. As soon as the gap was wide enough to admit her body, he slipped through it. Followed her through, Cork still cradled in my arms. Inside was a massive lift platform, like the kind used to move industrial cargo. She turned to face me, and I shoved Cork into her arms.
Huh?
Before she could respond, I spun around and ran.
The number 9 door has been opened.
I don't know what to say exactly. Am I that predictable? What the game is doing exactly what I wanted to? At the same time, I can't really say no to this.
It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Sigma! What the hell are you thinking? Get back here!
Sorry, Fim. There's just something I have to do. Take care of me.
No! You don't mean you're going to go find Luna? God damn it, Sigma! Think about what you're doing! Sigma! Listen to me! You can't do this!
As a player, I welcome this. As a person who is Sigma, like if I was in his place, this makes no sense. There's zero reason to do this.
The number
I'm torn.
9 door has closed.
The game is doing exactly what I wanted to. I want more answers, but why would Sigma do this? What is the point of this? Where is Luna? Why did... what?
This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
I had no regrets. In fact, with Finn Quark's successful escape, I felt a profound sense of relief. One of my objectives had been achieved, and a difficult choice had been made. My mind felt clear and focused, more so than it had been in a long time. Alright, time to go. Luna's waiting. I know exactly where she is, don't I? Oh my god. Luna. I knew you'd be here.
You knew?
Alright. We haven't talked here in this one, huh?
Isn't this nice? This is the only place in this whole facility with anything green.
Basically the game just acknowledged that it's... yeah. He knows. Sigma knows that he tried this a bunch of times now.
I kind of feel silly saying it, but it makes me think of the great outdoors. I think it's the perfect place for a serious conversation. Being surrounded by nature makes me feel happy. I'm not sure what you meant just now, but are you talking about something that happened in another history?
What?
I know what you can do. Someone told me about it once. They said that you have the ability to transport your consciousness through time.
Who told you that? Look down at her music box around her neck. Carefully and delicately she's twisted the dial on the bottom.
Sigma, aren't you here to ask me something? Why I killed them, perhaps?
You admit it. Deep down I hoped she didn't do it. Actually, I already know you didn't do it.
Oh? Why do you think I didn't do it? I'd like to know your reasoning.
Alright. I let it took a moment to compose my thoughts. I think I need more than a moment for that. Okay, might as well start with an old woman. There's no point beating around the bush, I suppose. Dio killed her.
Why do you think so?
Her left arm had blood splatter all the way up to the elbow, except for the stripe on the wrist, what was perfectly clean. What could have caused that? My guess is a bracelet. It got covered with blood and kept her wrist clean. Obviously none of our bracelets had blood splatter on them, but Dio's bracelet reacted to the luminol. That means Dio's bracelet had to have come from an old woman.
Is that your proof? That's why you think Dio killed her?
No, that's only enough to suspect him. After all, he could have just taken a bracelet after someone else killed her.
Then why are you so sure?
Because he confessed.
What?
After his bracelet reacted to the luminol, I confronted him.
Alright, fine. You caught me, I did it. I killed the old bitch and took her bracelet.
Wait, when did that happen?
In a different timeline.
Isn't that against the rules?
What rules? I hope you're not going to try and bring up Nox's 10 commandments. Does it really matter if it's against the rules of fair? The truth is the truth. Let's say what incident B happened, and after that the timeline splits into timeline A and timeline B. I don't think it's unfair to base a theory in a timeline A on the information I found in a timeline B. After all, A and B both come from the same place, P. If you trace the history of both timelines, you'd end up back at the incident P. Now, if I could change what happened with incident P by visiting timeline A or B, then yes, it'd be a different story. I don't know that being fair per se, but I'd certainly be breaking some pretty big rules. Like, you know, the principle of causality. I'm sure that Dio killed the old woman. By extension, that means you couldn't have killed her. I'm assuming Dio wasn't originally intended to be part of the notary game. Somehow he got in and took the old woman's place. That's how he ended up as Quark's partner. This is just an educated guess, but I have a feeling his plan was to replace one of us. I doubt it mattered which one. I have no idea why he would want to do something like that, and I don't know how he did it either. Okay, I don't know how he got in, but his plan is to blow everything up because he's the one who planted the bombs. That's something we already know. But the fact remains what he did. He hid in the warehouse on floor A and waited for someone to come out of one of the AB rooms. That someone turned out to be the old woman. She left Quark asleep in the AB room and came out on her own. Somehow he managed to get close enough to stab her. He did it near a wall with a graffiti on it. I'm guessing he stabbed her from behind so that he wouldn't get any blood on himself. As soon as she was dead, he wrapped a knife up in a handkerchief. No, wait, actually. He probably took the bracelet first. Then he would have needed to wipe the blood off, so he used the handkerchief for that too. Anyway, the point is, he got the bracelet and put it on. Then he wrapped the knife up and hid it between the rightmost AB room and its interior. Okay, I'm just thinking, do letters add up to anything? I don't think we do. He probably didn't expect that they'd come, or he would have put it somewhere. Cake or shaky. Oh my god. That's why he's gay. After that, he headed back into the AB room where the woman had left. Quark would have still been fast asleep, so as far as he knew, Dio was there the whole time. This does raise a few other questions, but I'll save those for later. For now, let's move on to the other murders. Well, actually, one of them probably isn't a murder.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about Alice. I'm pretty sure she... committed suicide.
All of humanity is going to die. Adults, children, everyone. Everyone! There won't be anyone left! I'd rather die here!
She'd been infected with Radical 6. I think that infection caused her to take her own life. Dio also infected people with Radical 6, that's how it happened. Oh my god, when did Dio come in contact with her? Why doesn't she know about it? Scalpel? Is there something to do with Scalpel? How's infection? Hold up. Powerful virus integral parts. Plan to find out. 6 radical. Pandemics, blah 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 blah. My question is, how does it spread? That's the one thing I want to know right now. Moving on. She used Dio's knife, which she'd found in the warehouse, after the AB room moved and exposed it. She took it with her, and then used it to stab herself in the crew quarters. Yeah, usually she used a scalpel. This time she actually used a knife. So that's where the knife was. Next are Clover and Tenmyoji. First question is, who put the handcuffs on them? The clue is the message Clover left, 016. If you think about it though, it doesn't make sense. Clover's left hand was in the handcuffs. That means she would have had to write with her right hand on her right thigh. Yeah, I thought that was weird. Also 016. I think it's not a point. Honestly, it looks more like 916 if you look at it upside down. I feel like it would be really hard to do that, you know? Why not just use your left thigh? The thing is, I think she did. When she died, her legs slumped together and the message got transferred to her right thigh. We just never saw the original because we didn't bother to check the other leg. In other words, she wasn't trying to write 016. She was trying to write Dio. Okay. That too. I never thought about that. Okay. I didn't think about that yet. With her dying breath, she was trying to tell us the name of her killer. I thought so. I thought so. Now, about Kay and Dio. They killed each other. I think there's a pretty good chance Dio killed Kay. Here's how I imagine it happened. He probably sprayed Dio's bracelet with luminol. He found a bottle in Kay's robe. He wouldn't have seen the reaction immediately, but Dio would have known what was coming. As soon as Kay turned the lights off, it would be clear that Dio had taken the old woman's bracelet. My guess is he decided to take the preemptive action. When we found their bodies, the lights in the rec room were on. Maybe Kay turned to switch the lights off, and Dio took that opportunity to attack him. Kay was hurt pretty badly, but he didn't die right away. He probably managed to grab a spear and stab Dio. Then he died. Okay, that's exactly what I thought would happen. Actually happened. My question is, where did he get the handcuffs? So that died. So that accounts for all 6 bodies, none of them your fault. Why did she admit to killing them though?
Sigma, I'm glad you don't think I did it, but all of your theories are just, well, theories.
Yeah.
Like Alice committing suicide. How can you be sure? Say she was infected with Radical 6. She could have been murdered before her symptoms even began to present themselves. As for Clover and Tenmyoji, I could easily have killed them. You don't have any proof that Clover's message was mirrored like you say, or even that it was supposed to refer to Dio. Even if it did, that's not conclusive evidence of his guilt. The same goes for Kay and Dio. I could have killed them both. Why do you trust me so much?
I keep thinking I hear the music, but...
I'm a machine. I'm part of this place.
Okay, so she knows that. Interesting.
How can you trust a machine?
That's why I trust
What?
you. I trust you because you're a robot. Your robotness is just one more reason you can't be the killer. Or 3 more reasons.
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics?
Well, 1. A robot may not injure a human being or through an action allow a human being to come to harm.
A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic. Sigma.
Luna, I have to ask you, can you tell me, well, everything you know? Your mind is an essential server. You should know everything that's happened here. There was a long pause. Luna stood up and walked deeper into the garden. I followed her in silence. Eventually we reached the bench. Luna quietly sat down, and just like the last time, I lowered myself down beside her.
You were right. I didn't kill them. How should I explain?
I thought so.
Well, actually, you got most of it right.
That doesn't matter. Tell me everything.
Well, first, yes,
Just
Dio did sneak into the facility.
Okay, can you just elaborate on Tenmyoji and Clover? That's the one thing I'm really curious about.
He used the large cargo elevator and came into the warehouse on floor A through the number 9 door. Since the game hadn't started yet, anyone could go through it.
Really? That doesn't really sound like sneaking. It sounds more like he just walked in.
Yes, I guess you could say that.
Well, there goes my expectation, like, oh, Dio must be some master locksmith or something. Oh, he found some secret passage. Okay, just walked in. That's it. No, but that's kind of disappointing.
He did get in pretty easily, but that's because Zero Jr. lured him here.
What do you mean?
Dio wasn't a surprise. Both Zeros knew that he was going to come.
So I brought him here.
In a way,
But why?
because his presence was an important part of Zero's project.
What
I
project?
can't go into that right now. We'd be here forever.
I have all the time in the world.
Right now, let's just focus on the murders, okay? Anyway, Dio found his way in. They made sure he didn't know that he was actually being let in.
So why did he come here?
To make sure Zero's project failed. His first step was to pretend to be one of the players. As for how he did that, you had it pretty much right. The old woman was the first one out, and he killed her under the graffiti. He put her bracelet on after he wiped the blood off it with the handkerchief.
So, one thing I was curious about graffiti. They were not the ones who made it. She was killed under it, so it was already there by the time she was dead.
Then he wrapped the knife up and hid it between the 5th and 6th AB rooms,
5th and 6th.
counting from the left in their original placement.
That one. In other words, the rightmost room would be the 6th room, and the next to it would be the 5th.
Right. After that, he went back into the 5th AB room where Quark was sleeping. Then he just waited for Quark to wake up.
What were you doing while that was happening?
Nothing. I couldn't do anything. My body had been turned off. Zero Jr. had powered me down. My body wasn't activated until after Dio went into the 5th room. I couldn't help her. All I could do was watch while she was murdered. Everything in this place is controlled by Zero Jr. I couldn't try and prevent Dio from getting in either.
If Zero Jr. controls everything, then he was the one who moved the 6th room with the crane?
Yes, that's right.
Why?
Zero Jr. moved the room, not me.
Then who moved the old woman?
Me. It took me 10 minutes to get out of my AB room once I was turned back on. I ran over to check on her as soon as I did. Then I carried her back to the room I'd been in.
Why did you do that?
Because I was ordered to.
What? I thought so.
Luna, listen to me very carefully. As you already know, the final stage of the project begins in 2 hours.
I didn't think she herself did it. I thought that Zero was like, hide whoever dies.
This will be the culmination of many years of hard work. We cannot afford failure.
Yes, I understand.
Then let's make sure. What is your mission?
Enter the nonary game as one of the participants and observe the actions of the other players. Ensure that they do what they are supposed to and guide them down the correct paths.
How many players will there be?
Myself and 7 others, ma'am. Will you be participating as well?
Yes, our plan dictates that I must. An individual by the name of Dio will be entering this facility presently. He has been led to believe he is doing so undetected. You've been briefed on him already, correct?
Yes. He will murder the first person to leave one of the AB rooms and take their place. If a pair is the first out, he'll probably kill both of them. That's all the information I've been given on him, ma'am.
Is there a problem?
With all due respect, ma'am, I would like to state that I don't feel right about this. We know someone is going to be killed, and we're just going to let it happen? I also have doubts about the use of Radical 6. Are you sure?
Wait, you did it?
Infecting all these people with such a horrible disease.
What?
That is none of your concern. Your only concern is to follow your orders.
But...
Luna, I am giving you an order. I am in command and you do as I say. You are programmed to do as I say. You know this.
Yes.
Good. Now, I have one final order.
Another order, ma'am?
Yes. When you leave the AB room, the person Dio has killed will still be there. I would like you to move them.
Where?
To the room you are about to enter, the 6th AB room.
But why?
Not your concern. As a participant in the game, you must have as little knowledge of it as possible. That is why I have made sure you are unable to access any classified data. There are things you must not know. In order for this project to succeed, we need you to be as close to a clean slate as possible. There are some things you already know, which ideally you would not. Unfortunately, this is unavoidable, so you must refrain from divulging anything you know about the project to the other participants. You must never tell anyone what you know about Dio, or the body, or that you carried it to the 6th AB room. You will have to pretend you know nothing more than the rest of the participants.
Is that an order?
Yes.
Why is she telling me this now then?
Do I make myself clear?
Yes.
Why is she telling me that now? It would still violate her objective.
After that, I went into the AB room as I'd been told to. As soon as I stepped inside, my body deactivated. But since my brain is in the main computer, I was still awake, so I still saw everything. While I waited, I used the security cameras to see what was going on in the rest of the facility.
And you saw the old woman being murdered.
Yes, it was hard. What I was seeing made no sense. Several of my higher level processes nearly failed. To think that she would be the first person to come out. I think she knew that Dio was going to kill her. When she'd said she had one final order for me, I didn't understand what she meant.
Yeah, I thought so. It was her plan to die. Question is, why the hell would she do that?
Like a fool, I told her I didn't approve, when I had no idea what she was prepared to do. When she died, whatever I have that passes for a heart felt like it snapped in two.
I think I understand. Everything you did because you'd been ordered to.
Yes.
And it was the old woman who gave you those orders. Then is she Zero Senior?
No.
What? But if she gave you the orders...
She did, but she wasn't the only person I took orders from.
There was someone else?
Yes.
And that person is Zero Senior?
Yes. We worked together to develop the project she mentioned.
Tell me, had you?
So I suppose, technically, my orders came from both of them. And they were both controlling Zero Junior, too. I told you before that Zero Junior moved the 6th AB room. Although that's strictly true, he didn't do it of his own free will. They ordered him to do it. He was following orders just like me.
But why?
I don't know. I really don't. Maybe they did it so that people wouldn't suspect me.
Why didn't want people to suspect you, and why have you moved the body in the first place? Then she could figure out that the rooms had been moved and she was in your room.
Then maybe they wanted the opposite.
You mean?
Maybe they wanted you to suspect me.
That doesn't make sense either. If they wanted people to suspect you, why move the room?
You're right. Then maybe they only wanted certain people to be suspicious of me.
You mean like Alice?
Yes. Perhaps they wanted Alice to find the handkerchief and the knife. That would explain why they moved the room.
So they somehow knew Dio would hide the knife there.
Yes, I think so.
But how could they know that?
Well, whatever the reasons were, Alice did notice that the room was moved, which meant that Clover also figured it out. And just like you said, Alice used the knife to take her life. Clover didn't realize that, though. Or perhaps she didn't want to. In any event, she decided that I must have killed Alice to keep her quiet. So she confronted me. It was right after the second round of the AB game. Using Phi's timetable, that would be 0 hours, 0 minutes.
Wait, You were listening to us in the security office?
Yes. That wasn't all I was listening to, though. I know everything that happened in the facility after my body collapsed.
You were watching through the security cameras.
Yes, I was. I could see and hear everything. Anyway, we're at 0 hours, 0 minutes. I was in the hallway on floor A when Clover found me and took me to room 2 in the crew quarters. We entered at about 0 hours, 1 minute. She was very forceful.
I know you killed Alice. Tell me the truth and I'll let you live. Now fess up! I'm only gonna give you one chance. If you lie or try to play dumb or something, I'll kill you right in front of her!
I told her the truth, of course. I explained that I hadn't killed Alice, that she'd been infected with Radical 6, and it had caused her to kill herself. Clover was never going to believe that, though. We argued about it for nearly 9 minutes. It wasn't just Alice she asked me about. She asked me about the murder of the old woman and about the AB room being moved. She wasn't very nice about it, but I couldn't answer any of her questions.
Because of your orders.
Yes. Then, at about 0 hours, 10 minutes, she must have run out of patience.
She tells it to me now because the game is over. That's why.
She stuck her hand in her pocket and started moving toward me. She backed me up against the wall and pulled her hand out of her pocket. She was holding the injection gun. I tried to take it away from her. I even screamed for help. She refused to let go, of course. While we were fighting over it,
Well, hold on a minute. The trigger got pulled in the fight, I get that part. What I don't understand is why it did anything to you. Exactly the same thing as I was thinking.
You mean because I'm a golem?
Yeah.
One of my orders was always to act like I was one of the players. A human. Any human injected with that amount of tubocurarine would die.
Then why are you awake? That's why you died? To keep up the facade that you were human?
No. I collapsed because Zero Jr. turned off the power to my body again. He probably felt he had to. Maintaining the illusion that I was human was probably in his orders too. So to make it look like I had died, he'd turned the power off. Whatever the case, it was an accident. I don't think Clover ever intended to actually kill me. She only took the injection gun to try and threaten me.
How can you be sure?
When I collapsed, she looked terrified. She checked for my pulse and listened to see if I was breathing. She also shook my body and called out to me several times. If she'd meant to kill me, why do all that? After a few moments, she ran off to the infirmary to get the AED.
You mean the defibrillator?
Yes.
That uses an electric shock to restart the heart, right?
Correct.
So that was why she left.
Yes.
At 0 hours, 11 minutes, 40 seconds, Clover left her cabin in the crew quarters.
She ran off toward the infirmary. On the way, she bumped into Dio.
Dio?
Yes. I guess she just saw him, really. They didn't talk. She just ran past.
And he just watched her go by.
Yes. I imagine he was curious, of course. He probably wondered what she was doing. But he chose not to go after her. He had something else to do.
At 0 hours, 12 minutes, Dio enters the room.
He seemed pretty surprised to find my body.
Yeah, I bet.
It didn't take him long to get over it, though.
I wouldn't imagine. So what did he do then?
He'd gone there for 2 reasons. One was to get Alice's bracelet, which was a blue solo.
Right. Without the Dio and Kay, the yellow pair wouldn't be able to get through the secondary door. Right.
Yeah. But he couldn't find it.
Of course. He had already taken it by then.
Yes. But there was something else he wanted to do, too. He was there to take the knife. Removing it was gruesome.
But why did he want a knife? Was it because he'd used it to kill an old woman?
No, I don't think so.
Then what do you think?
I think he didn't want anyone to see the engraving on the knife's blade. That's why he hid it so well after he killed the old woman.
Why wouldn't he want anyone to see that?
Do you remember what it said? There was a word engraved on the blade.
Myrmidon. Myrmidons?
Yes.
What does Myrmidons mean? Dude, aren't you supposed to already know everything?
It's the name of the organization he belongs to.
What is it, like a club or something? Why are you acting like this? Prior to this, you were like, oh, you were all right. Hold on. You were all like, I know everything, and this happened, and he admitted to it, and I already, whatever.
I don't think so.
Well, what is it then?
I don't really know.
No idea.
I'm afraid not.
I know. Why don't I know? Wait, wasn't he here to try and stop whatever Zero was doing?
Yes.
Then, wouldn't that mean that he's on our side?
I don't know about that. He's killed 4 people. I'm not really sure he's on anyone's side.
I mean, yeah, that's a fair point. You get a point. Damn, this is ridiculous. I guess this enemy of my enemy isn't my friend, huh?
May I continue?
Yeah, keep up. Keep going. After he... Why isn't this way? Wait a second. After he took a knife, Dio rifled through what few belongings Alice had. Lon said he didn't seem to be looking for anything in particular. He was probably just checking to see if she had anything useful. That is where he found the key to Kay's suit. He didn't seem to have any particular reason for taking it. At least as far as Luna could tell. At 0 hours, 13 minutes, Dio left the room.
He heard Kay opening the cyan door and ran out. When he left, he was heading toward the infirmary. My guess is that he was going after Clover. He found her with the AED. She was probably planning to just ignore him and head back, but Theo didn't let her.
Hey, wait. Just what are you planning to do with that thing? Thinking about trying to resuscitate Luna? And why would you want to do that? You were the one who killed her, weren't you?
When Clover tried to push past Dio, Luna said we began to fight.
The fuck do you think you're doing?
Dio pulled a knife out of his pocket and pointed it at Clover's throat. That was when he showed up.
Dio, what the hell are you doing?
None of your goddamn business. Stay out of this, you senile old shit.
Like hell, you son of a bitch!
He let out a yell and leapt toward Dio. The younger man dodged immediately and lashed out with a knife. The Major cut Dio's hand with a grunt, and for a moment the two men struggled. Then as the knife edged closer, he wrapped his other hand around the blade and tried to force it away. But Dio was a much younger and stronger man, and the wound Tenmyuji gave himself with a knife didn't do him any favors. He put up a valiant fight, but with a roar Dio threw him off, and Tenmyuji collapsed to the floor.
What are you going to do?
Let's see. How about this? How cute. You two really look great together, you know?
What are you going to do to us?
Isn't it obvious?
Nothing.
I'm gonna handcuff you to a sink. Actually, I already have.
Are you gonna beat us to death or something?
No. Nothing so tasteless.
What are you going to do then?
How'd you like to make a bet?
A bet?
got, 20-some minutes until the primary white doors open. So I'd say you've got 25 minutes until they close. Give or take.
Anyway, point is, he just had the handcuffs. That's one thing I wanted to know.
If somebody happens to come by here before the doors close, you might live. But if nobody finds you, well...
We'll be penalized.
Exactly. So, I suggest you start screaming for help now. Unfortunately for you, just about all the rooms in this place are behind at least 2 nice thick doors. So unless they're pretty close, nobody's gonna hear you scream. Well, I'm off to the Floor B warehouse, okay? Enjoy your last 25 minutes. Later.
"25 minutes passed and no one came. Of course, by then there were only 3 other people who could have come, apart from Dio.
You mean Mayfi, Kian, and Kay, right?
Yes. You were in the crew quarters at this point.
Yeah. Kay had told us about you. He also noticed what the knife in Alice's chest had been gone. If only we'd known what was happening in the infirmary.
Unfortunately for Clover and Tenmyoji, their time had come. Once the primary white door closed, both of their bracelets injected them with Soparil.
Anesthetic, right?
Yes. Almost immediately they started to feel sleepy. I think that's when Clover realized she was definitely going to die. That was when she decided to leave her message. Just as you said, she wrote on her left thigh with her right hand.
And the word she wrote was Dio.
Yes.
You know, of all the ways to write that, you could have used a big D.
As for what happened in the rec room,
You know, one which kinda looks like an O. Zero confusion there. Whatever.
well, I guess I don't really need to tell you. Your theory was essentially correct. What you said was what happened.
So Kay sprayed Dio's bracelet with aluminol, and then while his back was turned, Dio attacked him with an axe. Dio mortally wounded him but didn't kill him, so Kay turned around and stabbed Dio with a spear. And I guess that's when we found him.
Yes.
When did Kay get aluminol?
After they went through the white door, Dio and Kay found themselves in the director's office. When they were done there, they headed back to floor A to look for everyone else. They went to the crew quarters first, then to the infirmary. Of course, they found Clover and Tenmyoji's bodies there. Dio expected to find them, of course, but he pretended to be shocked. Anyway, Kay checked them over for anything useful.
And that was when he found the luminol.
Right. That's everything that happened. Do you have any questions?
Now, what do you think? Does a bear shit in the woods? Well, the first thing is Quark's bracelet. Why was it in the infirmary?
Tenmyoji had it. Then when Dio attacked him, it fell out of his pocket.
But why did Tenmyoji have Quark's bracelet?
I told him where it was.
When?
Do you remember when you were in the rec room with Phi and Tenmyoji?
Yeah, when he sprayed us with luminol, right? Says, sure, I remember that.
Right after then. When he left the rec room, he went toward the green door to look for Quark. I ran into him at the end of the hallway, where the 3 doors and the switch are. That was when I told him. Look, Tenmyoji. The center door is unlocked. He took off through it without another word.
That was a treatment room, right?
Yes,
Where Quark was sleeping.
right. It only took him a moment. As soon as he saw Quark, he ran to his pod and started crying.
Out of relief, right?
Yes, the display on the pod showed Quark's vital signs. It was obvious he was alive the moment you looked at it. Next to the pod was Quark's bracelet. That was how Tenmyoji got it.
Why was Quark's bracelet off?
I took it off.
How?
Aluminum foil.
What? You mean the stuff from crew quarters?
Oh, you found it? Did you know that aluminum foil has electromagnetic shielding properties?
What?
Here's an exciting fact. Your heart creates a bunch of faint electrical impulses.
You wrapped a bracelet in aluminum foil? Is that simple?
Anyway, the point is that you can detect the electricity that your heart makes by pumping blood. Your fancy little bracelets pick up on that. They're always watching.
Wait, so you're telling me that aluminum foil can block the electromagnetic waves your heart sends out?
Yes. All you have to do is wrap it around your bracelet.
And the bracelet thinks your heart has stopped?
Yes.
Holy shit. It was that easy all along?
Anyway, I used some aluminum foil to get Quark's bracelet off.
You know, that phrase was pretty much what I was gonna say. Seriously.
Then I put it next to the pod.
Wait. Why was Quark in the pod to begin with?
Oh, that's easy. I put him there.
Thought so. When did you do that?
Remember when we were first looking for Quark? I found him unconscious near the entrance to the Golem Bay.
So you carried him to a treatment pod.
Yes.
Were you the one who unlocked the treatment center too?
No, I was not. I do not have the authority to operate any of this facility's machinery.
So it was Zero Jr.
That's right.
You activated your body too, right? I don't get any of this. Why the hell did he do that? I guess it wasn't really him what did it, huh? He was just doing what Zero Senior and the old lady told him to do. Everything leads back to them, huh? Of course it does. Why did she stop talking? I'm not Zero Senior, am I? So are you going to tell me more?
Tell you what?
Isn't that obvious? Tell me what this project is. Everything that happens in here has something to do with it. So why were we brought here?
To play the nonary game.
And why were we supposed to play the nonary game?
That was part of the project.
Why did Alice kill herself?
Because she was infected with Radical 6.
How did she get infected?
Zero Senior and the old woman did that.
Why?
It was a necessary evil. It had to happen for the project to succeed.
What would have happened if Alice hadn't committed suicide?
Clover wouldn't have suspected me, and she wouldn't have accidentally killed me.
Then what?
I wouldn't have collapsed, and Dio wouldn't have found my body. That would have meant the confrontation in the infirmary never took place.
In other words, you're saying that Clover and Tenmyo just died for this project?
Yes.
No, actually, it was the tuberculin what killed them. They were only ejected with it before because of their bracelets, and they were only wearing those bracelets because of another game. If another game was part of a project, then that's one more way to kill them.
I guess, if you want to look at it that way.
Also, yeah, about that. They were injected the soap oil. Did we ever confirm they really died? I don't remember that. Now, what about Kay and Dio? Why would they kill each other?
Because Dio killed the old woman. He was worried about getting caught, so he tried to kill Kay before he could find out the truth.
And if Dio hadn't killed the old lady, what happened in the rec room would never have taken place, right?
Yes.
So let me ask you this. Why did Dio kill her?
So that he could pose as one of the participants.
And why did he do that?
To disrupt the project.
And why did she let him kill her?
The same reason they did all of this. It was a necessary evil. The project couldn't be allowed to fail.
Six people died here. 4 of them were murdered one way or another by Dio. At first that makes it look like Dio's the reason they all died. But that's not true, is it? All 6 of them, they all died for this project. That means what the murderer, or I guess I should say murderers, the old lady and Zero Senior, right? Oh my fucking god. The project is to make sure my powers can send the information back in time so I can prevent the Radical 6 from happening. Oh my god, that's the whole idea, isn't it? Oh, and the K is me because he's a backup plan. Oh my god. I'm not right, am I? Yes, none of this makes sense, but I'm the one who survived. So, it didn't fail. It must be it, isn't it? Please, Loon, tell me, what is this project about? Who is the old woman? Who is Zero?
Sigma, would you hug me?
What? Instead of answering, Luna wrapped her arms around me and buried her face in my chest. My own arms hovered in the air, confused about where we should go. Swallowed hard and tried to rein in my heartbeat, which had suddenly doubled. I was about to speak when I felt something warm on my chest. Was Luna crying?
This feels nice.
Why does this feel familiar? Her voice shook as she spoke. I lowered one hand to her head and began to gently stroke her hair. Hey, Luna? What the hell's going on?
I'm sorry. My ABT is usually held in place by muscle fiber, but after Clover gave me the tubocurarine...
Okay, I get it.
Does it scare you? This is what I really look like. I'm a golem. Just a machine. A jumble of metal and plastic that pretends to be real.
I wrapped my arms around Luna and hugged her as tight as I could.
You believed in me this whole time.
Yeah.
Even though I look like this?
Of course. I trust you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I wish I could stay here forever. It feels so nice. But I think my time is up.
What?
I've done things I really shouldn't have. Do you remember what you asked me earlier? About if Zero Jr. had reactivated my body? Remember? The truth is, he didn't. I did. I went to the part of the core that controls Zero Jr. and I hacked it.
What?
Yes, that was the first thing. The second. Do you know what the second one was? If I had really wanted to, I could have saved Clover and Tenmyoji. Then Kei and Dio probably wouldn't have killed each other. That's not all. I could have stopped Alice from killing herself, and I could have even saved the old woman at the very beginning. In other words, I had the ability to disobey my orders. But I didn't. That's the second thing. I broke the first law. I was scared. I was afraid to die. Obviously, hacking the core and taking control of Zero Jr.'s systems is very, very bad. Golems who don't follow orders can become dangerous, so we're terminated if we disobey. You lose access to your body, of course, but everything that's stored in the core, your memories, your consciousness, is deleted.
What? Wait, are you saying...
Yes. Very soon now I'll be gone. Zero Jr. is probably recovering himself right now. Once he's done, I doubt I'll be around much longer.
But why?
I watched 6 people die and did nothing. I deserved this.
No. No, you don't. Even if you had done something, you would have been killed anyway. You can't blame yourself. You did what you could. You're not wrong. This game is what's wrong. Forcing you to watch your friends die is what's wrong.
Oh, Sigma, thank you. I'm really glad I met you.
Luna. Luna! It's going to be okay. I'm not gonna let them do this. You're gonna be fine, I promise. Just please don't...
I'm sorry. My time's up. At least I get to die in your arms.
Luna!
Thank you, Sigma. And goodbye, Doctor.
Doctor? I kept thinking she would reveal something at the end. But she couldn't answer. Squeezed my head on my eyes shut and held her, unable to bear the thought of letting any more of her sleep away. With one last quiet chime, the music box wound down. I was left with nothing but silence and a cold pool of tears over my heart.